Imagine a land crisscrossed by mighty rivers, its fertile delta soils producing abundant crops, and its skilled artisans crafting fine textiles. This was ancient Bengal, the region we now know as Bangladesh. Long before modern maps were drawn, this area was a bustling hub of trade and culture. Its strategic location on the Bay of Bengal made it a natural bridge between the Indian subcontinent and Southeast Asia. For centuries, merchants from far and wide, including Romans, Arabs, and Chinese, sailed up its rivers, bringing with them goods, ideas, and customs. This constant flow of people and commerce turned ancient Bengal into a vibrant melting pot of civilizations, a place where different worlds met and mingled. This rich history of trade created a fundamental need for a reliable system of exchange. Bartering goods, like trading a sack of rice for a piece of pottery, worked for small local transactions. However, for large-scale commerce with foreign merchants, a more standardized form of currency was essential. Coins provided this solution. They were easy to carry, their value was widely recognized, and they could be used to buy anything from spices to silk. The story of Bangladesh's coins is therefore not just a story about money. It is a story about the region's economic power, its political shifts, and its deep connections to the wider world. Each coin is a tiny metal artifact that carries the weight of history. As we journey through the different eras of Bangladesh's past, we will see how its coins evolved. The earliest pieces of metal used as money were simple and irregularly shaped, stamped with basic symbols. Over time, as powerful empires rose and fell, the coins became more sophisticated. Rulers used them to proclaim their authority, stamping their names, titles, and even their religious beliefs onto the metal. The materials used, from silver and copper to gold, tell us about the economic prosperity of the time. The designs and inscriptions on these coins are like miniature history books, offering clues about the art, language, and society of ancient Bengal. To an American reader, this history might seem distant, but it holds universal themes of power, trade, and identity. Just as the American dollar tells a story of the United States, the coins of Bengal tell the story of a nation's journey. They show how a small region grew to become a major player in global trade, and how it navigated the currents of change, from imperial rule to independence. By exploring these ancient coins, we are not just looking at old currency, we are uncovering the very soul of Bangladesh's history. A history that is as rich and complex as the land itself. It is a tale of resilience and adaptation, written in metal. The very first coins used in the Bengal region were not perfectly round like the ones we use today. They were small, irregularly shaped pieces of silver, known as punchmarked coins. These coins appeared around the 6th century BCE, marking the beginning of a monetary system in the area. They were not made by a single central authority, but were likely issued by various local kingdoms and merchant guilds. The method of making them was simple but effective. A metal worker would take a flat sheet of silver and cut it into small pieces of a specific weight. Each piece was then stamped with several different symbols using individual punches, which is how they got their name. The symbols found on these punch-marked coins are fascinating, because they are not letters or portraits of rulers. Instead, they are a collection of small pictures, such as the sun, a six-armed symbol, a hill with a crescent, a bull, or an elephant. Historians believe these symbols represented different things. Some might have been the emblems of the local ruler or kingdom that issued the coin, while others could have been the mark of a trusted money changer or a merchant guild, guaranteeing the coin's weight and purity. Because there were multiple punches on each coin, it acted as a system of checks and balances, ensuring its authenticity and value across different territories. These early coins, often called Puranas or Karshapanas in ancient texts, were primarily made of silver. The consistency of their weight was crucial for their acceptance in trade. People used them for all sorts of transactions, from paying taxes to buying goods in the marketplace. The circulation of these coins across a wide area, including modern-day Bangladesh and neighboring parts of India, shows the existence of a connected and thriving economy. Finding these coins in archaeological sites helps us understand the extent of trade networks and the level of economic organization that existed in ancient Bengal long before the arrival of large empires. The design of punch-marked coins was purely functional. Their value was based on the amount of precious metal they contained, not on the authority of a single king. This decentralized system of coinage reflects the political landscape of the time, which was made up of many small states and independent cities, known as Janapadas. The Waribateshwar region in Bangladesh is a key archaeological site where numerous punch-marked coins have been discovered, confirming its role as an important urban and commercial center in ancient times. These simple stamped pieces of silver were the first step in a long and complex numismatic journey. When the Mauryan Empire expanded its influence into Bengal around the 3rd century BCE, it brought significant changes to the region, including its currency. While local punch-marked coins continued to be used, the Mauryan administration introduced its own standardized version. These imperial punch-marked coins were more uniform in weight and featured a specific set of 5 symbols, which were consistent across the vast empire. One of the most common symbols was the sun, representing the emperor's power, alongside other marks like a 3-arched hill. This standardization helped to facilitate trade and tax collection over a much larger territory, integrating Bengal's economy more closely with the rest of the Mauryan realm. The coins from this period were still primarily made of silver and copper, but their widespread distribution tells a story of political unification. The presence of Mauryan coins in archaeological sites across Bangladesh, such as the ancient city of Mahastangar, provides concrete evidence of Mauryan control, or at least strong influence in the region. These coins were not just tools for commerce, they were symbols of imperial power. Every time a person used a Mauryan coin, they were reminded of the vast empire to which they belonged. It was a subtle yet powerful way for the rulers in far-off Pataliputra, which is modern-day Patna in India, to assert their authority. Following the decline of the Mauryans, the Gupta Empire rose to prominence in the 4th century CE, ushering in what is often called the Golden Age of ancient India. The Gupta period saw a dramatic shift in coinage, moving away from simple punch-marked symbols to beautifully crafted coins with portraits and detailed inscriptions. Gupta rulers, such as Samudragupta and Chandragupta II, issued stunning gold coins, known as dinars. These coins featured a portrait of the king on one side, often shown as a heroic figure, like an archer or a lion slayer. The other side typically depicted a goddess, such as Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, seated on a lotus. These artistic and high-value gold coins were not just for everyday transactions, but were used for large payments, rewarding officials, and as a display of the empire's immense wealth and cultural sophistication. The inscriptions on the coins, written in the Brahmi script, included the king's name and titles, further cementing his divine right to rule. While these gold coins were signs of imperial prestige, the Guptas also issued silver and copper coins for more common use. The discovery of Gupta coins in Bangladesh confirms the region's inclusion within this magnificent empire, showcasing a period of great prosperity and artistic achievement that left a lasting mark on its numismatic history. After the collapse of the Gupta Empire, Bengal entered a period of political fragmentation. However, a powerful local dynasty, the Palas, emerged in the 8th century CE and unified the region for nearly 400 years. The Pala period is remembered as a golden era for Bengali culture, art, and the spread of Buddhism. Interestingly, despite their long and stable reign, the Palas did not issue a large variety of distinctive coins in their own name. Instead, they continued to use a type of silver coin that was based on earlier designs. These coins are often referred to as Pala-style or Harakela coins, named after a kingdom in the southeastern part of Bengal. These coins were thin, saucer-shaped pieces of silver, very different from the robust Gupta gold coins. One side typically featured a stylized image of a bull, a symbol associated with the Hindu god Shiva, and the inscription Harakela, in an early form of the Bengali script. The other side had a symbol called a tripartite, or Trishula. Even though the Palas were devout Buddhists, they seem to have adopted this existing coin design for economic purposes. This suggests that the Harakela coins were already a trusted and widely accepted currency in the region's bustling maritime trade, and the Pala rulers saw no need to disrupt this stable economic system. The limited number of unique Pala coins has puzzled historians. One theory is that the Pala economy relied heavily on cowrie shells for small, everyday transactions, with silver coins being reserved for larger payments and foreign trade. Cowrie shells, imported from the Indian Ocean, were light, durable, and difficult to counterfeit, making them a practical form of currency for the general population. The silver Harakela coins, with their consistent weight and purity, were ideal for merchants trading through the busy port of Chittagong. Their discovery in places as far away as Thailand and Myanmar proves Bengal's extensive trade links with Southeast Asia during this time. Following the Palas, the Sena dynasty, who were devout Hindus, came to power in the 12th century. Like the Palas, the Senas also did not leave behind a significant numismatic legacy of their own. For a long time, it was believed they did not issue any coins at all. However, recent discoveries have unearthed a few rare gold coins attributed to the Sena rulers. These coins are of high quality and often feature an image of a seated goddess on one side. The scarcity of Sena coins suggests that their monetary system may have continued to rely on the established Archaeological silver coins and cowrie shells, with a very limited minting of high-value gold coins for ceremonial or prestige purposes. The arrival of Turkic rulers in the 13th century marked a dramatic turning point for Bengal and its coinage. The establishment of the Bengal Sultanate created an independent Muslim kingdom that lasted for over 300 years. This new political reality was immediately reflected in the currency. The sultans introduced a completely new style of coin, based on the Islamic tradition. These coins were typically round, made of silver, and were covered in beautiful Arabic calligraphy. Gone were the portraits of kings and images of gods or animals, as Islamic tradition generally discourages the depiction of living beings. Instead, the coins became a canvas for religious and political declarations. The silver coins of the Bengal sultans are known as tanka. On one side, the coin would typically bear the kalima, the basic creed of Islam. There is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his prophet. The other side would feature the name and titles of the ruling sultan, often including phrases like the mighty sultan or helper of the commander of the faithful, which linked them to the broader Islamic world and the caliph. An important feature was the inclusion of the mint town's name and the date of issue, written in Arabic script according to the Islamic Hijri calendar. This provides historians with invaluable information about the extent of the sultan's kingdom and the timeline of his reign. The Bengal Sultanate was a period of immense prosperity, often referred to as a paradise of nations by travelers, due to its agricultural wealth and thriving trade. This wealth is reflected in the high quality and abundance of their silver tankas. These coins were minted in various cities across Bengal, such as Gaur, Pandua, and Sonargaon, which served as capitals and major commercial centers. The sultans took great pride in their coinage, and some, like Ghiyasuddin Azam Shah, even issued coins with intricate floral borders and complex calligraphic styles, turning them into miniature works of art. These coins were not only used within Bengal, but were also accepted in neighboring regions. The shape of the coins also became a way for sultans to express their power and individuality. While most tankas were round, some rulers issued coins in different shapes. For example, Sultan Jalaluddin Muhammad Shah, a Hindu convert to Islam, issued massive, multi-sided silver coins, some weighing over 100 grams, which were likely ceremonial and meant to showcase his wealth and authority. The coins of the Bengal Sultanate are a testament to the region's independence, its deep integration into the Islamic world, and its status as a major economic powerhouse. Each tanka is a declaration of sovereignty, written in silver. In 1576, the Mughal Empire conquered Bengal, ending its long period of independence as a sultanate. This political shift brought Bengal into a vast, centralized empire that stretched across most of the Indian subcontinent. One of the first things the Mughals did was to reform the currency system to match their imperial standard. The silver tankas of the sultans were replaced by the Mughal silver rupee. And honestly, this wasn't just a change of name. It was a change in weight, purity, and design. The Mughal rupee, pioneered by Emperor Akbar, was renowned for its high purity and consistent weight, making it one of the most trusted currencies of its time. Mughal coins, just like those of the sultans, were purely calligraphic. They featured the name and titles of the reigning Mughal emperor, from Akbar to Aurangzeb. The inscriptions were usually in Persian, the official court language of the Mughals. A typical Mughal rupee would have the emperor's name and titles on one side, and the kalima and the names of the first 4 caliphs of Islam on the other. However, later emperors, like Aurangzeb, removed the kalima from coins, fearing that the sacred words would be defiled by being handled by non-Muslims. This change really shows how religious policies could directly influence the design of everyday objects like coins. Under the Mughals, Bengal became one of the richest provinces of the empire, known as the Paradise of the Indies. Its wealth came from its exports of rice, fine muslin cloth, and silk. This economic boom led to the establishment of major mints in cities like Dhaka, which was renamed Jahangirnagar in honor of Emperor Jahangir. Coins minted in Dhaka would carry the mint name Jahangirnagar, providing clear evidence of their origin. The Mughals also issued magnificent gold coins, called mohurs, and copper coins, called dams, for smaller transactions, creating a standardized three-metal currency system that was used throughout the empire. This uniform coinage system greatly facilitated trade and economic integration. A rupee minted in Dhaka could be spent without any issue in Delhi or Lahore, strengthening the economic ties that bound the empire together. The consistency and reliability of the Mughal rupee made it a dominant currency, not just within the empire, but also in international trade. European traders, including the British, Dutch, and French, who were establishing trading posts in Bengal during this period, eagerly sought Mughal rupees to pay for the goods they purchased. The Mughal rupee was more than just money, it was the financial backbone of a powerful and prosperous empire. The decline of the Mughal Empire in the 18th century created a power vacuum that was eagerly filled by European trading companies. The British East India Company gradually emerged as the dominant force in Bengal, especially after the Battle of Plassey in 1757. Initially, the company issued coins that imitated the Mughal style, even keeping the name of the Mughal emperor on them. This was a clever political move. By using a familiar design, the British made their currency more acceptable to the local population and maintained the fiction that they were ruling on behalf of the weakened Mughal emperor, which helped to legitimize their growing power. However, as British control became absolute, the design of the coins began to change. In 1835, a major reform was introduced, and for the first time, coins were issued in the name of the British monarch instead of the Mughal emperor. The new coins featured a portrait of the British king or queen, such as William IV or Queen Victoria, on one side. The other side had the value of the coin written in English and Persian. This was a clear and powerful statement that a new imperial power was in charge. The traditional Islamic calligraphy was replaced by the image of a foreign ruler, symbolizing the complete political and cultural shift. The materials and denominations were also standardized along British lines. The silver rupee remained the primary coin, but it was now supplemented by a range of smaller coins, like the anna, pice, and pi, allowing for transactions of all sizes. These coins were machine-milled, making them perfectly round and uniform, a stark contrast to the hand-struck coins of earlier eras. The British established large modern mints in cities like Calcutta, now Kolkata, to produce these coins in massive quantities. This industrial method of production ensured a consistent and plentiful supply of currency for the entire British Indian Empire. This colonial coinage system remained in place until the end of British rule in 1947. When the subcontinent was partitioned, the region of Bengal became East Pakistan. For a brief period, coins of Pakistan, which were similar in style to the British ones, but with Pakistani national symbols, were used. This entire period, from the first imitations of Mughal coins to the standardized British imperial currency, shows how coins can reflect the transfer of power. The money in people's pockets changed from bearing the name of a Mughal emperor to that of a British monarch, a daily reminder of who held the ultimate authority over their land. Some of the most exciting discoveries in the study of ancient coins come from hoards. A coin hoard is a collection of coins that was deliberately buried in the ground or hidden in a pot, often in times of trouble. The owner likely intended to retrieve the treasure later, but for some reason, never returned. These hoards are like time capsules, giving us a snapshot of the types of currency in circulation at a specific moment in history. When a hoard is discovered, archaeologists can study the coins together, providing clues that a single coin might not reveal. Bangladesh's soil has yielded numerous such hoards, each telling a unique story. One of the most significant finds was the Narsingdi hoard, which contained thousands of silver punch-marked coins. This discovery was crucial because it provided strong evidence of a highly developed urban and monetary economy in the Wari Bateshwar region, dating back to before the Mauryan Empire. The sheer number of coins and the variety of symbols on them suggested a bustling center of commerce, challenging earlier ideas that the region was a rural backwater. The hoard showed that ancient Bengal was a sophisticated society with extensive trade networks long ago. It was a discovery that helped rewrite the earliest chapters of Bangladesh's history. Another fascinating type of hoard contains a mix of coins from different periods and places. For example, some hoards discovered in the Minamati Lalmai region have included not only local Harikala coins, but also coins from the Abbasid Caliphate in the Middle East. Finding these coins together proves the existence of direct or indirect trade links between Bengal and the Arab world during the early medieval period. It tells a story of merchants and sailors crossing the Indian Ocean, carrying goods and currency between distant lands. These hoards are physical proof of Bengal's role as a key player in the global trade of that era. Hoards also give us insights into the lives of ordinary people and the political climate of the time. The act of bearing a large number of valuable coins suggests a period of instability, such as a war, invasion, or political turmoil, which caused people to fear for their wealth. The location of the hoard, whether near a trade route, a military fort, or a simple village, can also provide clues about its owner and their reasons for hiding it. Each hoard is a puzzle, and by carefully studying its contents and context, historians can piece together stories of economic prosperity, political upheaval, and the daily anxieties of people who lived centuries ago. The long and winding journey of Bangladesh's coinage reached a pivotal moment in 1971. After a 9-month-long liberation war, East Pakistan became the independent nation of Bangladesh. One of the first acts of the new sovereign state was to issue its own currency, a powerful symbol of its newfound freedom. The Pakistani rupee was replaced by the Bangladeshi taka. The name taka itself has deep historical roots, deriving from the silver tanka of the Bengal Sultanate, a nod to a past era of independence and prosperity. This choice connected the new nation's currency to a proud local heritage. The first coins of independent Bangladesh were issued in 1973. They came in denominations of 5, 10, 25, and 50 paisa, with the 1 taka coin introduced later. The designs on these new coins were chosen to represent the identity and aspirations of the nation. They featured national symbols like the shapla, which is Bangladesh's national flower, and the country's official emblem, including the shapla, rice sheaves, and jute leaves, representing the country's natural beauty and agricultural economy. The 4 principles of state policy, nationalism, socialism, democracy, and secularism, were also inscribed on some early coins, reflecting the political ideals upon which the nation was founded. Over the decades, the designs and materials of Bangladeshi coins have continued to evolve. Due to inflation, the smaller denomination coins like the 5 and 10 paisa are no longer in common circulation. Today, the most frequently used coins are the 1, 2, and 5 taka pieces. These modern coins are made from durable and cost-effective materials, like stainless steel. The designs have also been updated. For instance, recent coins feature the portrait of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, on one side, and the national emblem on the other. This change mirrors the practice of many countries that honor their founding leaders on their currency. For an American reader, this history of Bangladeshi coins offers a compelling look at how a nation's story is told through its money. From the simple punch-marked symbols of ancient traders to the calligraphic declarations of sultans and emperors, and from the portraits of British monarchs to the national symbols of a free Bangladesh, each coin is a piece of historical evidence. It reflects a journey through trade, empire, and liberation. Understanding this numismatic history is not just about appreciating old artifacts. It is about recognizing how a nation forges its identity and broadcasts it to the world, one small metal disc at a time.